Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we haven't seen yet. I'm one of your hosts, Betsy. With me is my husband and co-host, Trent.
Hi.
So today we are going to be watching yet another film that my darling husband has neglected to include in his viewing pleasures. We are watching the 2007 film Enchanted. I'm excited.
Betsy has been trying to get me to watch this movie since we started dating.
Pretty
in
much.
2011.
Pretty much. I have been trying relentlessly, and I can never get you to do it. And today's the day.
Yes.
So Trent, why? Why have you made me wait?
Why?
Why have you not watched Enchanted?
With you or at all?
At all.
All right. Because this is not a movie for me.
How do you know?
It is a Disney musical.
It is a Disney musical.
That's pretty much the long and short of it. And it's not an animated thing.
Okay.
Because, like, the animated stuff from the 90s, of course, everybody likes that stuff. And I'm sure it's a fine movie. But, Betsy, I have a very limited time on this earth.
So you are making the same defense as to why you didn't see Frozen. This is just...
Yep. Not for me.
The family movie from Disney,
Yep.
And you have no children.
Yep.
And why would you watch this movie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that's kind of the long and short of it. Why have you put it off with me for so long? I've been trying.
It's the same reason that we never watched movies like Triple X together. It's
fair.
just something that you are not into.
I watched it,
but
though.
you did get something out of it.
I watched it.
You
so
did.
There you go. That's why we're going to watch.
I said yes to this.
Yes, and it's happening. You can't back out now.
It's true.
We're recording
it's true.
this
It's
for posterity.
It's queued up on the TV over there. So, yeah.
Yes. So this movie is now 15 years old.
Yeah, going on.
So you've waited a while to watch it. And it's not like an everyday household name kind of movie, but it was pretty popular at the time. And they, I believe, are working on a sequel for this.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So what do you know about Enchanted?
So I didn't realize until you just said it that it came out in 2007.
Yes, it did.
I figured that this movie was a lot older.
It is not. This is a fairly recent movie, all things considered.
It doesn't seem like it, though.
Well, 15 years ago doesn't seem like it was 15 years ago.
Shut up.
But when you're doing that math, that tracks.
You're right. So it's Amy Adams.
It is Amy
doing
Adams.
her princess thing, and she sings because it's a musical.
It is. Both of those things, yes.
Yeah. And I don't know if I've ever heard her sing anything. I've seen quite a few Amy Adams movies. Oh, the Muppets movie. She sang in that.
Yes, so you
Okay.
have seen her sing a
I
little.
have, yeah. And she
and
was
that
good.
came out after this.
Yes, because we saw that when we were dating. It came out in 2011, I think.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So I guess the premise of the movie, she is like a traditional, like, animated Disney princess at the beginning of the movie, and somehow she finds herself in the quote-unquote real world.
Okay.
In, like, New York City or something. And I don't know how she gets there or why she gets there, but she's there, and she has to do the thing about, oh, what's this? What I think there was something in a trailer or something where there's like the cops on horseback and like the carriages that go by, and there's probably some poop jokes in there. I don't know, but it that seems like something that would happen there. So she goes through whatever, and she finds Prince Charming, who just happens to be Patrick Dempsey, I guess.
Okay.
So I know he's in it. Other than those people, I have no idea who's in this.
Do you know who the villain is?
No.
I know you'll recognize that person.
I'm sure I know quite a few other people.
I know there's a few other people you will definitely recognize.
Totally.
So if you were a betting man, based on the kind of movie this is, how do you think she ended up in New York City?
Oh, God. An evil witch cast a spell.
Okay.
That's my guess.
That's your guess.
That's
All
my
right.
guess.
And how do we have to break the spell, Trent?
We have to find true love.
Okay, so these are the establishing rules of the Disney
Yes.
princess genre.
Yes.
You're sticking with that.
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't expect that you're going to know the meat and potatoes of this, so we're just
No.
going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to go watch Enchanted. Yay. And then we will be right back. back. Trent, you did it. You watched Enchanted with me.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
It was pretty good. As those kinds of movies go.
Oh, absolutely. This is like corny as it gets.
Yeah.
But my face freaking hurts from smiling. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I smiled most of that movie because this movie's just cute.
It is.
It's cute and fun and silly and pitch perfect for what they're trying to achieve.
Yes, I would 100% agree with you for that, because they are trying to take this whole Disney princess thing and turn it on its head and put it into the real world.
Yes, and then you've got Patrick Dempsey, who is the straight man in the piece, and
Yes.
he's just like, this is ridiculous.
where-
How do you all know this song?
Right, I don't even know this song. Where are you people coming from?
Yeah, he is the perpetual
He's
pessimist.
me.
He's you.
me.
Yes, he's you in this piece. And as I said, there were some more people in this movie that I knew you would recognize.
Yeah. So for some reason, I did remember that Susan Sarandon was in it, but couldn't have told you.
You couldn't have summoned the name, but the second she opened her mouth,
Yeah.
you were like,
knew
oh, I know that voice.
Yeah, I know that voice. I did also kind of know that James Marsden was in it, just because I've seen him in that getup.
Yes, the big poofy sleeves that he
Yes.
wears are so absurd. He is great in this movie.
He is putting on a very good Carrie Always.
Well, that type, yes.
That accent, that voice is a straight on match for me.
For like the Robin Hood thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a type he's playing.
I know that, but he could have
Early-
just it's a total imitation of Carrie Always. The way he did his Princess Bride and Robin Hood.
It's also a nod to like those kind of movies in the 30s.
Totally.
The Errol Flynn Robin Hood kind of thing where it's just like, hello, fair maiden, I shall
Right.
rescue you.
But that's who I got when I was
Yes.
watching it.
And because they're doing an impression and an
Yes.
homage to that. So yes, it's an intentional choice. But yeah, he's great in this movie. Amy Adams is so fucking great in this movie. This movie put her on the map,
She
Trent.
is perfect for this thing because she can have that like airy kind of ditzy, and not a detriment to her, but yeah, she has that ability to just be vapid,
Right.
for lack of a better word.
She is lighty and flighty and silly and giggly and giddy.
Yes.
But she also has other real emotions because she's a talented actress. And she was not nominated for the Academy Award this year. And there are a lot of people on the internet really upset about that.
All right. She has been nominated before, but not.
She's been nominated 5 friggin' times,
Yeah, she's
Trent.
never won.
But this movie put her on the map. Like, think about,
Yeah.
name me a movie that you know her from pre-2007.
None.
Exactly. Because she did Enchanted and it made her a friggin' star. And then she went on, and she'd already been nominated at this point. She was nominated for a movie called Junebug for Best
Okay.
Supporting Actress a couple years before this movie.
Okay.
And then she's gone on to get nominated many more times. And not everybody could pull off this role.
You're right. You're very right about that.
They would take it too far or not far enough. And she's so committed to, I sing to the animals and the vermin and make my own clothes. And I love everybody. And everything is so sad when love doesn't work out.
Right. And she's happy that she has the ability to feel anger.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, oh, you make me so angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then, of course, the kind of evil henchman. So the actor's name is Timothy Spall.
Yeah.
And you definitely recognized him.
Totally.
So the main thing most people know him from is the Harry Potter franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the character's name, but he's Ron's rat. But he's not a real rat. He's a person who turns into a rat.
Right.
But he was also in Sweeney Todd. And then the thing, of course, you were trying to place him, and I had to look it up. He's also in The King's Speech. He plays Winston Churchill.
Right. And I've seen him in other things other than that, too, I think. like he has a very recognizable face.
He is an incredibly recognizable man once
Yeah.
you've seen him in something.
Sure.
And he's kind of makes those, quintessential British actor,
Sure.
character actor. He was in Mr. Turner, where he played the painter Turner a few years ago.
Okay.
And he got a lot of really positive reviews for that. But otherwise, this is kind of the stuff he does. He's just that weird dude on the sidelines.
Right.
But again, committed to his character.
Totally.
He is ridiculous in this movie. You've got Susan Sarandon eating the scenery as the evil queen.
She's hamming it up for the very limited time she's on screen.
She's really not in this very much.
No.
She spent most of her time in a fucking makeup chair.
Sure.
Because she shows up not as the queen exclusively, she also is like an old crone, like an old woman.
Yeah.
And that's her under all that makeup.
Oh, sure.
And that's like hours and hours of makeup she had to go through for that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like crazy enough, just weird enough. You were like, what is this thing she's doing with her tongue? I don't know, Trent. It's a character choice. And then Idina Menzel shows up.
Yeah, so I obviously I did not know she was in this movie. Number 2, I didn't know she acted.
So that's the one funny little thing about this. She is the one like major person you would expect to sing. Obviously, we've brought her up on this before because she's in Frozen.
We've covered Frozen on this podcast before.
Frozen.
Yeah.
She is a Broadway star. She's an incredible singer, and she doesn't sing in this movie.
Yeah.
She is like the only person or one of a very short group that does not sing in this film. So she was incredibly flattered to be asked and chosen just for her acting.
Right.
Because she's a great actress, too. You just don't see it very much without the singing.
No.
But there's also a whole bunch of people in this movie, Trent, that you don't even realize you just saw.
Okay.
This movie is such a love letter to other Disney movies.
Oh, I got that completely.
I know you were reacting, so I know you caught some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But there were some voice actors in this movie who you've heard before.
Probably.
So the woman at Patrick Dempsey's office, Sam, who is like his assistant working at the front desk.
Yeah.
That is Jodie Benson. She is the voice of Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
All right.
When Edward is going through the apartment knocking on doors, and he opens somebody opens a door and it's a woman with a bunch of kids.
Yeah, you're saying you're too late. That's a good joke.
That woman is the singing voice of Pocahontas.
All right.
When they're in the hotel flipping through channels and they're watching a soap opera, the woman on the TV is Paige O'Hara, who did the voice of Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
All right. Disney kind of paying homage to their old stuff.
Absolutely. Now, I know because you just said it, which ones did you catch, like actual references that you noticed?
Oh, God. So in the animation scenes at the beginning.
Absolutely.
Is what I was talking about.
Also,
here.
did you know there was going to be an animated sequence in this movie?
I figured there would be. I just didn't know how long it was going to be, or like what it was, like what would the context would be. Because I think animation. I think Pixar, CG, stuff like that. I didn't know they were going to go full ass old ass Disney.
This is like hand drawn. 2D.
I
cartoon.
love that shit, and I miss when Disney did all that. And the last movie that they did was Princess and the Frog.
Arguably, it was actually this.
I guess, yeah. But,
kind of.
But when we were watching it, I was... Because they have all the little animals. You got the deer Bambi. We got the rabbit's Thumper. We got, I guess the chipmunk is something.
There was a warthog at the end of the movie.
I didn't see the warthog.
Yeah, there was a warthog in the last scene when they were all lined up to get Pip, the chipmunk, to sign their books.
Okay, when they're all lined up. Okay, yeah. They had the troll, I guess, at the beginning. At the end of that sequence where the troll gets launched up, that's like a fucking Goofy bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is very early Disney.
That's early Disney. I can't think of any more like specific examples, but I was just getting it like nonstop.
Oh, yes, because the director of this movie says there are, quote, thousands of references.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would go that far, but there are some that are really going to beat you over the head, and there are some that you have to kind of look for them.
It's so subtle. You have to be like an uber fan and do frame by frame analysis on this shit.
Absolutely.
We're not going to do that here, but
no.
But yeah, I was getting total classic Disney vibes for that entire sequence.
Right. And not just there, but like in other places in the movie. So when she's singing the Happy Little Working song,
yes,
she is scrubbing the floor, and there's bubbles everywhere, and you can see her reflection in the bubble.
Yep.
That is a direct recreation from Cinderella.
Yep. We also had at the ball, we had the camera coming down from the chandelier.
What movie is that?
A la Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, you mean the exact identical framing?
Yeah.
And then, of course, when she bites into the poison apple, she falls down and the apple rolls, but you see her hand in the apple, and that's Snow White.
Yes.
So, yeah, those are a couple of the really obvious ones. But then I was just looking on IMDb, and there's apparently in the end of the movie, Nathaniel is at the bookstore and he writes a book. There's apparently a book on the shelf that says like Merryweather's cookbook.
Okay.
Merryweather is another character in Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
She's one of the fairies. And, you know, there's a sequence where they make a cake. So there's like little layered nods there. The restaurant they go to is called Bella Notte, which is a reference to Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. I haven't seen Lady and the Tramp for probably 30 years.
It's not one you've watched a lot. We haven't watched that live action movie either.
No.
I kind of forget that one exists.
The only live action one we've seen is the Beauty and the Beast one.
I saw the Cinderella one, but I think I watched that by myself.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I liked the Beauty and the Beast one.
I did too. I mean, it was a good homage to it. I liked the fact that they gave the Beast more to do. They gave him his own song.
Yep.
So, yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, some of them work, some of them don't. What else is in this movie? When she's in the park and Nathaniel gives her the caramel apple, did you notice the skull dripping down the caramel? There's like a skull face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another Snow White thing, I think.
Okay.
So when the witch takes the apple out of her magic potion, there's a green goo dripping down it, and it forms a skull face.
Okay, I just figured that was just a weird touch to it.
No, it's a specific reference.
All right.
And those are just the ones I noticed. I know there's a ton more in this movie because that is what the whole point is.
Yeah.
The fucking shoe when she's running away and, you know, she takes off her shoes and runs and saves the day.
Yeah.
You know, so a nice twist on the story. You know, Giselle saves the boy instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
She's not a total damsel in distress.
We also had blood. There was blood there.
Where was there blood?
When she was going to save Patrick Dempsey, she had the sword, and she had, you don't see it get stabbed, but like she stabs the tail of the dragon, and there's blood on the ground.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very brief.
Yeah, it is very brief, and they don't call attention to it, but there's blood there.
No. You know what else this movie's full of? Glitter. There's a lot of glitter in this movie.
Oh, yeah. They just explode glitter.
When she first appears in the real world, she's wearing a 45-pound dress.
Oh, my God.
That has sleeves as tall as her hair. And there's just glitter everywhere. And then when
all of them come out with it, by the way.
They all come out covered in glitter. And then, like, when the queen at the end, she falls to her doom, she explodes into glitter.
Right.
Because, you know, that's what you do in these movies.
As Betsy calls it, the herpes of art supplies.
Yes. Once that shit gets on you, it's on you forever.
That's right.
Thank you, Dimitri Martin, for that reference. But yes, I just think this movie is really adorable. One person we didn't bring up, there's a narrator.
Yeah.
Because we start in the classic Disney way.
And I'll say this before we even get into who that is. The classic-ass Disney font.
Oh, the opening in the beginning.
The very, very first thing you see
is zoom in.
Yeah, you zoom in on the castle, which I don't think they've ever done before, have they?
They in the logo, you mean, of the Disney castle?
When they do the little arc of Tinkerbell and they show the Disney logo, then they zoom the camera in to the window of the castle. Have they ever done that before?
They've done variations of it. I don't know if they've done that before outside of this movie.
Okay, but after they zoom in, they get into the window, they have the book laying there, and they bring up the classic Disney font. Like the 1930s.
This is
shit.
like this is how Sleeping Beauty starts.
Yeah.
It is a book that opens and there's somebody telling a story.
Yeah. And of course the person telling the story is Julie Andrews.
Of course.
Of all people.
Classic Disney actress.
Yes.
From past and present.
Yes. And speaking of such a thing, they one reference we didn't make, and there's so many of these.
There's so many, guys.
There's so many. When they're in the park doing their musical number, their flash mob, she goes in to this like kind of open grass area, like it's from
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music, yeah.
Yeah, there's musical references too, like that,
Yes.
little touches.
Yes.
And it's so great. But yes, Julie Andrews is the narrator, and she only's at the very beginning and the very end.
Yeah.
But it's such a nice little touch. It's great. And that's kind of all she does anymore, I think. She does voice acting in a lot of things. She's the narrator on Bridgerton. Did you know this?
No.
Yes, there's a mysterious woman in the show, and anytime you hear her gossip column being read aloud, it's Julie Andrews.
Is it like nasty stuff?
No, it's gossip. It's, it's lady.
And I don't mean like nasty. I mean like body rumors. And,
No.
Yeah.
It is rumors, but they're all like tongue in cheek, like, rumor has it that Lady so-and-so was spotted in the garden.
All right.
But yeah, it's that kind of a thing. So anytime she shows up, I'm always happy. I love her.
I think that's kind of the point here.
It's
to get people like you.
Tone.
It's to get people like you invested in such a thing, and that's okay.
If this movie was terrible, it would sadden me, but I would still probably love it. But the fact that they pull it off makes me so very happy.
Yes. So let's kind of get into it here. We don't have to go through all the beats because
just tell me the moments you like.
There's not much there.
You knew exactly what was going to happen. That's why I asked you. I was like,
of course.
If you were assuming
yes.
what would happen in this movie, you said a witch casts a spell. There you go, Trent.
Yep.
And how did they solve it? True Love's Kiss. There you go, Trent.
There you go.
You knew what this movie was.
I've seen Shrek.
You've seen these movies, fairy tales. It's a fairy tale.
Yes.
The fun of this one is she's in the modern world, and she has a cynical New Yorker.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey at the height of his McDreamy fame. 2007. This was peak. McDreamy.
I watched some of Grey's Anatomy back in the day. The early. I don't think I actually watched the initial first couple of seasons. My ex was into it. I watched it with her. I watched a little bit of Private Practice when that was new. That's where I stopped. So
it's still on the air, Trent.
It is still on the air to this day. That is incredible.
He's not, though.
No, he's dead.
Sorry, guys, if you've missed the last 12 seasons.
Spoilers. But yeah, he's really good in this as that deadpan kind of a guy who's thrust into this world that is really thrust upon him.
It's true.
But he is a divorce lawyer. Which is a kind of a strange thing for this all to happen to him because, he's dealing with very, very unhappy people all the time.
He's Upper West Side, New York attorney.
They say exactly where he lives. He's in the Upper West Side of Manhattan near the Hudson River. That's expensive living, guys.
Yeah. He's a lawyer at a very fancy firm.
He's a very fancy lawyer man.
That's right. And yes, he's very deadpan. He says, I don't sing. I don't dance. I don't do these things.
Doesn't mean I can't. I just don't.
How do all these people know this song? I'm very confused. Musical numbers bursting out around him, and he just stands there going along with it.
Yeah, and he got into it a little bit. He was kind of bopping along.
Yep. He does the little jazz hands at one moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it gives you, he's not a bad guy. He's not a total square. He's just, I'm busy. I'm an adult.
And he's been burned by love.
Yes. And I think I wish they would have gone more into that, because it's only very briefly mentioned. Because he's got a 6-year-old daughter who he is raising by himself. And they don't reveal it until near the end of the movie, but his wife, the mother of his child, left. Just fucked off.
They don't really give a
They
whole
don't
lot
go
of
into
context.
it. He doesn't talk about it, especially not to his daughter. But that's kind of an important point. Mm-hmm. So
it's also a modern human to be in a Disney movie.
Exactly. Like, hey, divorce is real. Not everything is going to work out. Not every person is a good person.
And he doesn't feed his daughter a bunch of fantasies and fairy tales.
Right.
Because he wants her to live in the here and now.
Right, live in reality.
Mm-hmm. So a very apt counterpoint to Giselle.
Yes.
The over-the-top cupcake.
Right. That's putting it lightly. But I kind of liken this a little bit to a movie like Splash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen the movie Splash. I know
Trent,
of it.
no! But... You're killing me here, dude.
Okay, I take that back. I've probably seen some of that movie long
You probably saw it on
ago.
cable when you were like 9.
Right. They probably just showed that movie on the Disney Channel, but back before they censored everything.
Hair on her butt.
That's right. Damn it, Disney Plus. You're depriving the youth.
It's a butt. We all have
Daryl
them.
Hannah's ass. But yeah, he's still living in his own world, but he's just thrust into whatever this weirdo's worldview is. And he's not really there to try to explain things all that often, but he's just kind of there to witness everything happening with her.
Right. And this is New York. It's full of crazy people.
Right.
So seeing a woman in Times Square wearing
Yeah.
a massive wedding gown,
Yeah, just another day.
most of those people were just like, get out of the street.
And of course, this is before they turned off all the traffic coming through Times Square.
This was pre-pedestrian Times Square.
Right. Yeah. If you don't know, you cannot drive a car through Times Square anymore.
You cannot.
It is all pedestrian traffic.
Yeah, and I hadn't really thought about that because I think between like the first time I was in New York and the second time was when they made this movie. And the first time it was all still, you could drive there.
Yep.
And it was crazy. And so when watching this movie now, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It hadn't done that yet.
We were there a few years ago.
Yep.
Where it was all pedestrian. And I'll tell you this. Times Square, don't go there. Seriously.
Unless
it is
you wanna
not
see
worth
crazy
it.
people.
It is not worth it. It is a mad zone. Like
It's also a tourist trap.
It's all tourists. And we were tourists, but even that bothered me. Like, it was that many people who were there just to look around.
Gawking.
Just gawking. Like, you always talk about, if you're going to go to New York, don't be like a tourist. Don't be looking up and then standing in the middle of the sidewalk. Like, don't do that. You will be shoved out of the way and shoved into traffic probably.
Or shoved into the subway like she is, and she's just like,
Yes.
what's happening? Where am I going?
Right.
What's going on?
Do not get in the way of New Yorkers. They will
Hell
fuck
no.
you up.
You will be fucked up.
Yes. But yeah, don't be like a tourist, even if you are a tourist.
Correct.
That's my advice if you ever go to New York.
Yes. And these two have like a little meet cute where she finds a billboard with a castle on it.
Yeah.
And she falls and he catches her and he's taken aback that he helps her.
I do like the fact that they like are hurt. He's like, ow, geez, ow.
There's several times in this movie people actually are like limping and injured because of what's going on. They don't just brush it off.
Right.
The prince gets run over by a bunch of cyclists in Central Park.
Right as he's like starting to sing something.
That's
he gets
right.
run into.
Also, I just want to say, James Marsden has an incredible singing voice.
He's got a great look to him. He's got a great voice in general.
He's the works. He can do real serious acting,
Yeah.
but he's great in these. He is such a good character actor.
He is. And I kind of liken him to another guy who kind of came up on the same time. Him and Josh Hartnett are these like good-looking young dudes who are, I guess, a little bit...
They did like teen dramas.
Yeah, so they didn't really get into serious acting until they were like a little bit too old. And I feel like they just missed their window.
But they get work. If you're paying attention,
they do, yeah.
And you watch them, they're great in everything they do,
right.
with
and
rare exception.
I feel like those two guys just were underutilized in their past, and I'm hoping that they have a second act here. Because I think out of the two of those guys, James Marsden has had a better second act, and I don't think I've really seen Josh Hartnett at all.
He does a lot of TV now, but it's always on those weird channels that nobody pays attention to.
Right. Well, and Marsden got onto Westworld, and that's where he's just kind of thrived. Like, he's really good in that.
Like I said, character acting, man.
Yeah.
He's great in that. But yeah, this was the first time I saw him where he was this goofy and singing. And it was just like, Jesus, he really has a nice voice. Like, really, like, very, very good singer.
Yeah.
And Amy Adams, people hadn't heard her sing, but I don't know if you know this, she got her start at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater.
I think you did tell me that.
Outside of the Twin Cities, for those who don't know, they have a very well-known, renowned dinner theater, and a lot of people got their start there.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people, like, that is their... They think it's going to be their big break because
sometimes it is.
People get discovered there. Like, that's like you going to Second City in Chicago.
Yeah.
And
but
trying
Broadway
to be discovered with comedy. But no, this is Broadway stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not on Broadway and you're not in a Broadway tour,
right.
There's a high probability you will pass through Chanhassen at some point.
Yes.
But yes, Amy Adams got her start doing that. So she's a musical theater kid at heart. Mm-hmm. So to see her do this is not unusual. But again, nobody had seen her do this.
Yeah.
And then this...
Not on a big scale anyway.
No. And she does a lot of singing in this movie. And 3 of the songs from this movie were nominated for Best Original Song at the Academy Awards.
Must have been a slow year.
I guess. Well, and this is the kind of movie that it's possible. And the
totally.
writers are Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. Stephen Schwartz wrote Wicked. Alan Menken has been the go-to composer for Disney for decades. Mm-hmm. Certainly the 90s.
I did see the Wicked shout out in Times Square.
You think that was a mistake? I think not. So yeah, these are like the guys. If you are writing a Disney musical, these are the guys.
All right.
And they got nominated 3 times, and Amy Adams performed all 3 of them in a medley at the Academy Awards.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. There's just so much joy in this movie, so much delight. I'm a very happy person right now.
But then they did the scene with them cleaning the apartment with all the rats and all the pigeons and all the cockroaches.
The New York vermin.
Like, oh my God, you just went there, didn't you?
And she's a little bit appalled at first, but then she's like, I always love making new friends. But they go with it.
Yeah.
The one-legged pigeon helping put the dishes away. That's a street bird, and he's here to help.
That's right. Oh my God.
But yeah, that's one of them, the Happy Little Working Song. And then I think the one in the park, I can't remember the third one, though, that got nominated.
What are the other songs?
I mean, there's the one she sang at the beginning, the True Love's Kiss.
Yeah.
The, during the ball, I think that song's an original. The guys singing while they're dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's quite a few songs.
All right.
In this movie. But it's a Disney musical where there's not as many songs as you think there are. There's like 5 showstoppers.
I would barely even call this a musical.
It's not really. This is a movie
It's
with
not.
a lot of songs in it.
Right. There are a few. This is a movie that happens to have some original music sung by the actors.
It's like watching Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's not a musical, but there's several musical
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Because why not, Trent?
Yeah.
It's the spirit of the piece.
It's true. It's true. I never thought about that.
You can't have this movie and not have big 90s style Disney songs.
Yeah. And just the 90s Disney animation homage was apparent through like the entire movie from beginning to end. You know, you had the 10 minutes of animation to begin with, but then all of the references that we keep on talking about is just littered throughout the entire thing. You even have the little, woodland creature as the sidekick through the whole movie. Pip. Who was that, by the way? Is that anybody?
I think he's just a voice actor.
Okay.
I looked at that and I wanted to know too. But no, there's one who voices him when he can speak, because in Andalusia, where she's from, all the animals can speak and sing.
Of course.
And then he comes to New York and all he can do is squeak. But they actually have a different voice actor doing the squeaking voice versus the voice actor in Andalusia.
Okay.
So Pip has two people.
Yes.
Don't think Disney didn't know exactly what they were doing.
Of
this
course.
movie is supposed to be for children, but was it for children? Like when this movie came out,
this movie is for people like us. Yeah. In 2007, we was 15 years younger. So yeah.
Early 20s.
Yeah, mid 20s, early 20s.
This is the beginnings of the very powerful, let's just feed that grown-up Disney kid energy.
It's like, hey, all these millennials, they got money now.
Yeah.
They like nostalgia. Let's start milking that shit.
And listen, while I don't entirely hate it, like a lot of it I do hate, I know it is a huge money grab.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to do it well, though. They are.
Sure.
And I think it's been like 50-50. I haven't actually watched too many of them just because now there's so many that it becomes overwhelming. Like, I'm probably not going to watch Dumbo for some time, or like Lady and the Tramp we were talking about. Mm-hmm. I have heard The Jungle Book is actually pretty good. But yeah, like...
And I think there's The Little Mermaid coming out soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to keep up. The Lion King exists now.
Yeah, we haven't seen that either.
No, there's gonna be one for Pinocchio. I saw that today. Tom Hanks is playing Geppetto.
Okay.
So yeah.
Can he grow like a long white mustache?
I don't think he can grow one, but,
No.
glue one to his face and he's good to go.
I guess.
So yes, they started scratching this itch in 2007 with Enchanted.
Sure.
And then they started pushing those movies out the door. A couple years later, you got Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast and on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And to varying degrees of success.
And it's not like they're only doing that.
No.
It'd be different if they were just only squeezing that thing and not putting out anything else, and anything else good. Mm-hmm. And they've been cranking out some good movies.
They have.
But you have this audience that is begging for that nostalgia hit.
And honestly, I would
whether they want it or not.
I would rather they remake something like that than keep cranking out sequels. Because the sequels upset me after a while.
Yeah.
And I can accept a remake in whatever capacity. Like Beauty and the Beast,
if it's
is
done
it
well.
Great? No, I don't think it's bad. I like it, actually. Yeah. I think Emma Watson is great in that movie.
She was okay.
As the character, she's great.
Yes.
As a singer, that is arguable.
Yep.
Kevin Kline, we have talked about on this podcast. Yep. He plays her father. He is charming as ever. Dan Stevens is pretty good as the Beast. They give you a little more backstory about the Beast and how he got to be here.
Yep.
All the side characters. I think Stanley Tucci showed up in there. Who doesn't love Stanley Tucci?
It's true. It's true.
So, yeah, there's a time and a place, but they've just kind of gone completely, off the deep end with investing time into this.
Sure. And, if it sells, then they're just going to keep on cranking them out.
Yeah.
Until people stop going to it or they run out of movies
Right.
to remake.
And speaking of sequels, there is going to be a sequel to this movie called Disenchanted.
Oh.
And it's coming out this fall.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding you,
my
Trent.
God.
So I'm really glad I've made you watch this, because then I can make you watch one more.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I assume, more time has passed and now she's really in this world. Like, they show it as she's spending more time in the real world. Mm-hmm. Like, when Edward shows up and starts singing at her, she kind of forgets to sing.
Right.
She's like, oh, yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not singing
don't
now.
want to sing.
And so it will be interesting to see where that goes.
Right. And you're going to get all these actors, I'm sure. All of them are still working.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you, in the very least, are going to get Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, we'll see. As long as you get those two,
I still
do what you want.
Yeah, I think you need to bring in the other two, too.
But they've gone back to cartoon land. So it's one of two things. Either they're all going to go into the cartoon or they're going to come back because there's a crisis of some kind. That's usually how these things play out.
Sure. I just don't know what you would do with that. Because you're already having your happily ever after moment for both couples.
Yeah.
Because you got Amy Adams with her dress shop, which is a nice touch.
She's
I like that.
She's making cute princess dresses for little girls.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, then that's something that's really going to take off in Manhattan, of course. Who knows if Patrick Dempsey... Richard is his name, right?
Robert.
It's like, good God. I mentioned while we were watching the movie, they've said his name like maybe 2 or 3 times. I didn't even get his name.
They say it a few times, but I could see how you could miss it.
Uh-huh. Anyway, Robert, who knows if he's going to continue on in his divorce lawyer business. I doubt it.
Divorce lawyering.
Right. Maybe he just helps out in the dress shop. Who knows?
Who knows? If it's very successful.
Maybe they can get the kid back. If she's still acting, I doubt it.
Probably not. Most of those kids,
Yeah.
they at
Kid
least
actors-
disappear for a while.
Yeah, kid actors don't usually graduate to adult acting.
They can, but there's usually a gap in between.
The percentage of them is quite low.
Yes, that is a fact.
Yeah. I just don't know what else is there to tell? Like, do they have another kid?
Maybe. I have a feeling it won't be quite as joyous as this one is.
Especially if it's called Disenchanted.
Right. You've grown too accustomed with life, and now you've become disenchanted with the way of New York.
And you have to be reminded of the beauty of whatever you came from, I guess.
Singing to the birds.
Having the birds and animals and shit come and clean your apartment every other day.
Yes.
I'm sure they get sick of that too.
They help in the shop, Trent.
It's true.
They have a role to play. Yeah, and then of course the other
Slave
couple,
labor.
Idina Menzel's Nancy, she marries the prince.
Yeah.
And they go back to Andalusia and she marries the prince.
I like the joke about the cell phone.
Oh, she has her cell phone in cartoon land. They kind of have their own happy ever after over there.
Yep.
So they could come back. I would love to see James Marsden in the sequel.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't need to be there, I don't want him there just for funsies. I want him to have a purpose.
I suppose like it would need to be more than just a cameo, you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
If he's going to show up at all, make him a part of the story, but give him something to do, make it relevant. I don't want him just there like as fodder, like, oh, and look, he's here.
Right.
I hate that shit where it's just like, oh, and by the way, we got a cameo for you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell how this movie pans out. They've been working on it for fucking 15 years, Trent.
I don't know if they've been working on it for that long.
Okay, well, they've been working on it for nearly 15 years, Trent. They've talked about it, and then it goes on the back burner. And then they want to do it, and then they can't. And then COVID happened, and, so many reasons for it to get pushed aside. But by all accounts, they all had a lot of fun doing this. They're very excited to do more. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I think I would, after seeing this movie, again, I enjoyed it, but how can you not? How can you not? Come on.
I'm grinning from ear to ear.
You heard me. I was laughing.
You were laughing. You loved it.
I did want to mention one more thing before we got out of here. When they went to the pizza restaurant for their date.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. The idea of giving you a poison apple teeny was very choice.
Yes, it's an apple martini.
A poison apple teeny is a really good play on words, and the fact that they ended up throwing the pizza in the pizza oven and it explodes.
It explodes, Trent.
Number one, that's a bad waste of pizza. Like, come on, that's famous New York pizza. You don't do that.
I mean,
don't do that.
They hadn't eaten it at all. I don't know what they were doing.
Right,
and
yeah,
then,
what's the problem there?
And then a chipmunk crawled on it, so I mean...
Hey, I've done worse things with pizza and still eaten it. All right, that's the last thing I wanted to say. So, anything more, Betsy?
I like this movie, and I'm so happy.
Well, I'm glad you're finally happy, Betsy. We finally watched the movie.
We did it!
Yes, we did. All right, so let's read an email before we get out of here. This is going to be from Stephanie about 2 movies, actually. We got an email about The Producers and Dune.
Oh, we're jumping back a little bit.
Yeah, jumping back. So about The Producers, just a short little thing. Classic Mel Brooks. I love this one. The cast is wonderful, and the script is phenomenal. Love it.
Fact.
Short and sweet. About Dune Part 1.
Because if you haven't remembered this, it's only Part 1, guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We watched Dune quite a long time ago. It was
back like October.
Yeah, it was the first one that we ended up watching. And obviously we didn't know it was going to be nominated, but we wanted to watch it just because we wanted to watch it. It just so happened that it got nominated. So anyway, about Dune Part 1. We finally watched this one. I definitely got Star Wars vibes the whole time. I have not read the books, so I didn't know the lore, and it took me a bit to get into it. However, by the big attack, I was all in. It's a great cast, great visuals. I really liked it, but don't see it winning Best Picture. In your episode, you asked, who is Dune? My guess is it is the unborn baby. Clearly, Jessica is a weirdo that would name one kid Paul and the other one Dune.
Yes, indeed.
That one's Dune. Go back and listen to that episode and listen to that joke again.
It's true, and you'll need to if you're following along with our Oscar podcast.
That's right. So, one more Oscar movie to cover. Mm-hmm. It's going to be West Side Story. Not to spoil anything, but it's the last one we haven't covered.
Number 10!
Yeah, number 10 out of 10. So West Side Story is the next one coming out on Sunday. The Sunday after that will be our Oscar special. It is going to be the episode where Betsy and I sit down and rank all 10 movies.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And if you haven't listened to any of the episodes and you haven't watched those movies, don't worry. We're not going to spoil anything. We're just going to kind of talk about them in general and just kind of give our feelings about it. So we did the same thing last year. We really like doing it. I don't know if we're going to do another like Oscar reactions.
That was just too weird.
It was that Oscars episode last year was so fucking weird. We just needed to have some kind of reaction and get it out of our minds because yeah, it was a really weird thing. And I think this year they're going to do it even weirder.
Yeah. Different weird, but still weird.
Yeah. So we'll see about that. That was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. But until then, if you want to reach out to us and tell us about Enchanted or any of these 90s Disney movies that we talked about.
Or any Disney movie.
Or any Disney movie whatsoever. We've already got a couple of requests to watch some Disney movies, so we're going to be getting into that soon. Again, Oscar movies are going to be over with soon, so we're going to get back into the swing of things full bore. But yes, email us, neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod. If you want to support the show, click the link in the podcast description. It'll take you to a page on Anchor. You can throw us a buck on there. If you can't do that, no big deal. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends about it. steal their phone and type in Never Seen It Pod.
Follow us on their behalf.
Subscribe on their phone. I've done that to a couple of my friends. I steal their phone and says, hey, I'm going to subscribe to the thing. You need to listen to us, goddammit.
Yeah, do that thing. So that's the end of this one. We've got a couple more for the Oscars, so listen to those. Listen to everything in between. But until then, this has been Never Seen It. I've been Betsy.
And I'm Trent.
And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.